Welcome back to Verbal Truth. This is part 3, and I'm going to be giving some verses from the New Testament. So this is for all the Christian buffs out there who like to say, "Oh, that's an evil verse. That's from the Old Testament. Things have changed because Jesus died on the cross, wiping away all the sins from the Old Testament." So, these are going to be some verses from the New Testament. All right, let's get started. 1 Peter 2:18, submit yourselves to your masters, even if they are harsh. If you suffer, it is commendable before God. So this is just one example of many of slavery talk in the New Testament. I'll give you another example shortly, but the New Testament talks often about slavery. 2 John 1:10, don't talk to or welcome people who don't believe in God. So if you ever talk to a Christian and they seem standoffish, or they don't really want to talk to you, it might be because you're not a Christian, and the Bible tells them to not talk to you. 1 John 2:22, if you deny Jesus is Christ, then you are the Antichrist. 1 John 5:19, Christians are of God, everyone else in the world is evil. So there's that evil propaganda again, trying to get people to hate you for not being Christian. Certainly tolerant. Romans 16:17, stay away from people who aren't Christian. So there it is again. Stay away from people who aren't Christian. 1 Corinthians 14:34, women are not allowed to speak in churches. I just found this funny, quite humorous. This is for all you girls out there. And here's another one for you girls. This is according to the Bible. I'm not saying this personally. I don't agree with it, okay? 1 Timothy 2:9-15. Women should not wear jewelry or nice expensive clothes to church. They have no authority over man because man was made first. So, to be a bit more explicit, you have no authority over man because man was made first and women were made from man's rib. So you have no authority over us, according to the Bible. And next time you see a girl wearing some fancy bling at a church or she's dressed nice, tell her, no, Bible says to not do that. You may be condemned to hell. So these are going to be some verses from Jesus himself. This is actually what Jesus said. So let's get to it. Matthew 10:34-37. Jesus did not come to spread peace, but to destroy families. So for all those times people say Jesus came to earth to spread love and joy and peace, there's more than one time that he says he did not come to earth to spread peace. Here he says it again in Luke 12:49-54. Jesus says again he has not come to earth to bring peace, but fire and destruction and division among families. Matthew 11:20-24. Jesus condemns entire cities and their people to hell for not believing his miracles. So Jesus got a little bitter. He tried showing some people his miracles. They didn't believe him, so he condemned them to hell and the people living there. Mark 4:11-12. Jesus says he speaks in parables, so he confuses people so they won't be forgiven and will go to hell. Well, gee, Jesus, that's not very nice, confusing people on purpose so they'll go to hell. Oh boy. Mark 7:9-14. Jesus criticizes the Jews for not killing their children, as the Old Testament says so. So Christians, even here, Jesus himself refers to the Old Testament, where Moses tells people to kill their children if they curse at their parents. Luke 12:46-48. Jesus talks about beating slaves and cutting them into pieces. And there's another slavery verse. Like I said, there's quite a handful in the New Testament. Matthew 10:37-40. Anyone who loves his father, mother, daughter, or son is not worthy of me and will lose their life. Hey. Matthew 15:1-8. Jesus says that God said to kill your children if they curse at their parents, and was mad at the Pharisees for not doing this. So the Pharisees, I guess, had their children curse at them. They didn't kill their children, so Jesus got mad. Matthew 5:22. Get angry with your brother or call him a fool, then you will go to hell. I may be guilty of this. I have a brother. I may have called him a fool once or twice, maybe even 20 times, so I guess I'm going to hell for calling my brother a fool. Matthew 5:27. If you lust for a woman, then Jesus says you need to cut out one of your eyes. So boys, next time you lust for a woman walking down the street, you take a knife and you pluck out one of those eyes, because Jesus says so. And lastly, Luke 14:26. You have to hate your parents if you want to be a true follower in Jesus. So all you Christians out there, if you want to be a true follower in Jesus, you got to hate your parents, okay? Because the Bible says so. That does it for this part. Once again, I provide all the verses for all you doubters out there to look them up yourself. I hope you enjoyed this. Please come back. There's more videos to come each week. And I'll talk to you later. Thanks.